Hi everybody, this is Dr. A.V. Allen from Baldman Speaks of BMS, a channel for news, views and interviews. And today I'm going to be speaking to you about a very important topic, that is the battle for West Bengal. The Bengal election is a battle between two lions which are roaring against each other and a group of sheep which are joining together for some political relevance. Now, whichever party is winning or losing is very important for them because the party which loses this election is going to be wiped out from face of West Bengal by the party which wins. And this is not very abnormal for West Bengal. Now, before we do a practical analysis of who has chances of winning or losing, the first thing we need to do is look at the election process itself. Why election in 8 phases when most of the cities which are going to election or states are having just one phase? Even big states like Tamil Nadu and Kerala are going to have only one phase of election. So why West Bengal alone should have 8 phases? Now Mamata Banerjee has come out openly and said, the election commission is like a caged parrot for BJP and they are only following orders of the central government. And this 8 phase election is going to benefit the BJP. Now I fail to understand what is the logic in this statement. Is it that if it's a one-day election, that TMC is going to, people are going to vote for TMC? If it's an 8 phase election, they're going to vote for the BJP? People who are going to vote have already decided long back who they are going to vote for, and there are so many other factors they are considering. Now, just because the election is held in 8 phase, I don't think any major difference is going to be there in the way the person is voting. But then, does West Bengal need a 8 phase election? Well, if you ask me, yes, and definite yes, because West Bengal election has always been marred with violence. Matter of fact, violence and West Bengal elections are almost synonymous with each other. And this happens in every single election. Now, take the 2018 Panchayat election, for example. Now, during this election, nearly 13 people have lost their lives. This election was held in a single day. Almost 43% of people were grievously injured, and in 572 booths, repolling was ordered by the SEC, State Election Commission. Now, Supreme Court at that time also directed the State Election Commission not to declare the results or withhold this election results from 20,000 seats in which the Trinamool Congress members were supposed to be elected unanimously or without any competition. Now, why weren't some other people standing? Because there were death threats of them and there were threats of violence. So people were scared to stand for election. Now just imagine, this is just for the Panchayat election. What we are going to see is a state assembly election where even the chief minister herself, the sitting chief minister, is contesting. So obviously there has to be much more security, and 8 phase election is definitely good for West Bengal. Now coming to the election battle itself, Mamata Banerjee is a very strong woman who single-handedly took away West Bengal from the clutches of the communists. Now, 20 years back, there were only two parties, major parties in West Bengal. One was the Congress and one was the Communists. And these people used to fight elections, either Congress won or the Communists used to win. But Mamata Banerjee, who was in the Congress, split away from the Congress and formed her own party. At that time, everybody thought, okay, everybody just wrote it off, thinking it's just another party. But she won the election, and after 4 years, she once again, Trinamool Congress won the election again, and she was chief minister for the last 8 years. And in that period, both the Communists and the Congress party were absolutely wiped out. Now, the vacuum which had formed in the place of the opposition, with both the Communists and Congress not giving us a strong fight, this vacuum was filled up by the BJP. The BJP had never made inroads into West Bengal till now. And so, with the Congress being so weak and Communists losing relevance all over India, now the BJP has found to be a strong opposition who's going to fight the Trinamool Congress. The TMC is complaining that the BJP is using all the institutions under them, like the CBI, income tax, election, and even now the election commission. And so they have that advantage. Whereas the BJP claims that the TMC has a lot of gundas who any person seems opposing them, they take care of them. They also feel the police is always supporting them, and now the local administration is not allowing parties other than the TMC to carry out rallies. They are putting a lot of roadblocks for them. Now let's look at the straight fight between the BJP and the TMC. Now both these parties can't claim to be holier than the other because there is so much of complaints against each of them. For example, the TMC is complaining that the BJP is making use of almost all the institutions which are under it. For example, the CBI, the income tax, and now even the election commission is actually acting on behest of the BJP. Now, BJP has a lot of complaints against TMC. They feel, the goons of TMC are all over the place. Anybody who opposes the government or even seems to oppose the government, they take care of them. The police supports these people. And the police is also, in the hands of the TMC. And now even the local administrations are actually making it very tough for non-TMC parties to conduct rallies. Now both these people are taking election very seriously. A huge gang of high-profile celebrities are campaigning for the BJP. Every day you hear some, like the Yogi Adityanath is there, or he's the chief minister, some other states. So many actors are coming in. So many national level politicians are coming and campaigning for the BJP. Whereas the key campaigner for TMC is Mamata Banerjee. There are others, but she is the only face of TMC. Now, the biggest drawback for BJP here is who's going to be the chief minister? Nobody knows. If you're fighting an election, you've got to tell the people there who's going to be the chief minister of your state. Okay? Otherwise, who are people going to look at? Now, the BJP is fighting with the Prime Minister's face in front, whereas the TMC is having a local, the daughter of the soil fighting there, Mamata Banerjee. So there's a big difference there. But, like I told you, all the people I've spoken to in West Bengal, people come up with only one statement saying, we need a change. We are looking for a change. Now, one wrong thing, according to me, what BJP is doing is they are accepting all those who are kind of shifting over to BJP from TMC. A whole lot of people are coming. These are the same people who have been attacking the BJP, talking bad about BJP, praising Mamata Banerjee, and today they are coming and joining the BJP. And BJP with open arms is taking them in. How can these people be trusted? Will people have actually respect for these people who are coming in like this? So what is the conclusion now? The election to West Bengal to a common man is only whether the people of West Bengal want the same government to continue and everything to continue as it is, or whether they want to change. Whether they are fed up with what is there going on, or whether they are happy with it. 90% of people I have spoken to say they want to change. Also, in this election, BJP has going very strong because so many people from the TMC, let it be the local panchayat leaders, local leaders of the party, MLAs, MPs, so many of them have actually shifted to the BJP. Actors and actresses are shifted. Mithun Chakravarti has actually come and joined the BJP. There's a wave of people from TMC to BJP. But unfortunately, there's nobody leaving BJP and going to the TMC. The Congress, the communists, joining together, they have been fighting each other throughout. They're fighting each other in other states, but they're joining together in West Bengal itself shows to the people that they are really not to be trusted. So this election is advantage BJP, and from my analysis, it is 100% victory for BJP. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Please press subscribe and like this video, and I'll be coming back with lots of videos in the future. Thank you so much.